Happy New Year, my friends. Yesterday I shared on Snapchat all the things I learned in 2016 on the social tools that I'm using, such as Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. So now I'm repurposing it and sharing that today on Instagram. Search functionality allows you to find people that are like-minded. You can easily look at stuff that interests you. And that's with Twitter this year, I found people that have similar passions as I do, and then it was very easy to engage with them because it's not like video where you get like your heart beating. You simply send them a tweet, which is like a text, and then the conversation begins.
Twitter for beginners is a great place to start conversations if you feel a little intimidated to try to talk with people on this thing called the internet.
Now let's talk about some of the more advanced things I learned about Twitter in this last year of 2016. Twitter Moments is a thing, and I tried it for the first time actually a couple weeks ago, and I'll show you how you can do it as well. Comment on Twitter, I would think, and I was making a mistake, that the link on my profile that I'll show next was not going to a mobile-friendly website. Don't make that mistake going in. Okay, let's go on to the next app. The one that got this whole thing started. Snapchat. On Snapchat, I would say I found somebody that had similar passions to I do. I think that was Neil Mathwig on Twitter, and then I started following his stuff on other platforms, and then I got the cojones to actually introduce myself to Neil and then some of his followers on Twitter, which led to getting to know them also on Snapchat. I shared about my real life. I shared about abandoned wheelchairs, just an odd thing here in Rochester. I ended up sharing about everything I do in the commercial real estate industry and more. By sharing my story on a daily basis, I had a lot of things that happened. I became more comfortable in front of the camera. Number two, I started to recognize there's a lot of things around me that are pieces of content I can share on other platforms. And before, I was just walking by all of them. Number three, I started engaging with more people than I ever had been before online, and it was actually real-life conversations. We had video, audio, like we built a relationship. So that's kind of like some of the higher-level things. Let's get into some of the specific things I learned how to do on Snapchat. Coming up next, how I do some of my snaps. So you might wonder how I get my audio below some of these images. I'll tell you. And also, if you have any questions, please snap me. Pretty please. Okay, now that you know how to make your sticker full screen, you do the audio part. This is my audio part. I'm going to take that sticker and I'm going to cover my face so you can't see me. Okay, now that you know how to make your sticker full screen, you do the audio part. This is my audio part. I'm going to take that sticker and I'm going to cover my face so you can't see me. Now I'm going to share some things that I don't think everybody knows about Snapchat when you're communicating with other people. Check out the next snaps. Before I share this tip about Snapchat, one thing I need to say is, I don't know if you know this, but I just learned this last week. You can click on a Insta story, like this one right here, and it will pause it. Snapchat taught me I don't need all these other apps for editing photos and videos. I can do so much within Snapchat, add arrows, add icons, all kinds of stuff. I deleted the other ones. I give it to the team at Snapchat because they taught me that I can be myself on social, thanks to filters, which then led to Musical.ly's, which, yes, now I do snap singing. Go on and on, but let's jump to Instagram. Instagram, I've learned a lot. By far, Instagram, you can search the most things the easiest compared to all other platforms, such as locations. The next snap shows how you can search locations. So if you're representing a business that wants to engage with people at a certain place or an event at a place, there's no better platform than Instagram. Instagram taught me that what I'm learning on Snapchat can be transferable to other platforms because look at what they're doing with their story setting. Now I'm telling stories on Instagram too. And now more than ever, I've learned that Instagram, just like Twitter, is a place where you can find people that have similar passions as you do because of the hashtag functionality. Quick prediction, Instagram is going to become a force to reckon with for Snapchat in 2017. All right. What I learned next on Musical.ly. Probably wondering what the heck is Musical.ly. It is an app that the younger demographic is all over right now. Their attention is there. So I've learned a lot from that app. One, you can create content distributed on Snapchat and Instagram. And then two, it's interesting to see how the young demographic is interacting with their phones. So check that app out and check out the Musical.ly coming up soon. I've been given the opportunity this year to meet a gentleman from Rochester that is an influencer on Musical.ly. He has a ton of people's attention. I'll show his account next. You may wonder, why does that matter? I guess why it matters to me is it's interesting to see the younger demographic and how they interact with the individuals they like to follow online and how that can lead to opportunity for that individual long term. And Nathan is at the very beginning of his online career. Okay, so you want to see what a Musical.ly is? Nathan was kind enough to come out to Snappy Stop and do a couple of Musical.lys this year. I will show you that one, and yes, I'll show you one of my own.
Hi, yes, can I get a burger? What do you want, Rachel?
Nothing with meat, cheese, bread, anything.
Can I get air?
What do you want for Christmas?
I just want to dance.
So now you know what a Musical.ly is. When I spoke at a business class earlier this year in high school, I asked if they knew what a Musical.ly was. They said no. So you're in the know now. You're one of the cool kids. And that the conversations for communities, for me, at least really exist in Facebook. I'm a part of a group called the Snap Pack that I'll show you very shortly, and all of our conversations are held within Facebook with a lot of people. And this was the year that I actually took part in those conversations within that community on Facebook, which I never had done in past years. And what I really learned is all the great people I can meet and what comes out of meeting those great people, such as so that's it. That's what I learned. I learned even more related to internet and being active on there. Excited for 17. Hope your 16 was great. 17's even better. And I challenge you to get active on social this year.